What's up, self-healers? Lisa Lightfeather here. Welcome to my channel, Closing the Gap, where we make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. Thank you to all of my subscribers. You're greatly appreciated. And if you're new here and you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a notice down at the bottom, and also don't forget to hit the bell button so that you know when I upload. You're greatly appreciated. So today we are continuing our series of Chiron through the houses, and we are on the 11th house of Aquarius. Yeah, so if you have Chiron in the 11th house or in the sign of Aquarius, this video will apply to you. Yes. So let's talk a little bit about Aquarius. Aquarius is an air sign, and it's ruled by Uranus in modern astrology. In older astrology, Aquarius was ruled by Saturn, and so some astrologists still associate Aquarius with Saturn, yes? But in modern astrology, Aquarius is ruled by Uranus. Uranus is the planet that rules sudden change and uniqueness, something that's non-traditional, yeah? So, Aquarius can apply those things to their personality. So Aquarius is very innovative. They are rebellious. They like to go against the grain. They are humanitarians, and so they stand up for the underdog a lot. They are very unique, and they can be very quirky, yeah, in a good way. Like Aquarius is a very likable person, but they can come across as being very standoffish, or they may come across as if they are detached in some way, yeah. But Aquarius is very in tune and very much for the underdog, yeah. So they are the humanitarians of the zodiac. When I say quirky, it means they're quirky in a non-traditional way, like they may have a non-traditional relationship. Aquarius in the astrological wheel, how can I say this, kind of rules the LGBTQ community. Like they may have a non-traditional relationship. Aquarius is very like non-judgmental, you know, they're very for uniqueness and individuality. Like Aquarius may, in their dress, they may color their hair a certain way, because people who have Uranus, which is the planet of uniqueness and quirkiness, Aquarius, in the first house, they might dye their hair, they might dye their locks rainbow colors, or they might dye their hair purple or pink or something like that. You can always tell when someone has Uranus in the first house. Okay, so Aquarius may have a little quirkiness vibe about them, yeah, which is often very cute, very unique. And if someone else copies them, they'll never wear it again. They will be the only ones doing what they do. Like, say, for example, a masculine Aquarius, or doesn't matter about masculine or femininity, they may wear like a vest, a tie, and a suit jacket up top, and they may throw on a baseball cap, and they may throw on some jeans with holes in them and tennis shoes on the bottom. Yeah, and so they're very unique in their style and their flair, the way they carry themselves. The 11th house is the house of our future hopes, our dreams. It is the house of tribe, community, friendship. It is the house of humanitarianism. Yeah, it's the house of technology. That's another thing with Aquarius. Aquarius is, you'll see, they might be what one might refer to as technology geeks. You know, their house will be a smart home. You know what I mean? They're really good with technology and learning how to maneuver this. We're in the age of Aquarius, the age of technology. Yeah, and so this is it. And then their spiritual beliefs will be something very unique as well. And so the 11th house is our house of hopes, our dreams, our tribe, our family, our neighbors, our community. And it can also be the house of the house that we receive help from others. So receiving help from these tribes or these families or these neighbors or communities. Yeah. So what does Chiron look like here? What does the pain body look like here in the 11th house, which is our hopes and our dreams, and we're supposed to receive help from people from our tribe, the house of humanitarianism and technology. Yes. So it may look like that this person may have been outcasted from the group, outcasted from the tribe, outcasted from the family. Their hopes and dreams may have been belittled. They may have been a small child and they were dreaming of something, and someone said, "Oh, you'll never be able to do that. That's never going to work." They may not have had the support to fulfill their hopes and dreams from the people that were closest to them, their net group, their tribe. They may have been outcasted from that tribe. They may have been the black sheep, or they may have been bullied by the tribe. And so they've often felt like an outsider. They may have had dreams of wanting to help the masses, like saying, my grandbabies are Aquarius, and they will often see, I have twins, and they will often see homeless people, and they would say, "I want to build a house for them. I want to make sure everybody has food." And someone who has been supporting in this area, they'll say, "Well, you can do that. Let's cook some food for them. Let's bring them some food. Let's go buy them some food." You're supporting them. But someone who hasn't been supporting in that area, and they see these humanitarian needs, they may have been told, "You're never going to be able to help them. Those people are a hopeless cause. Just forget about it." Yeah. And so it kind of crushed the humanitarian spirit that the child may have had. So these are some of the things that may have hurt someone with Chiron in Aquarius or Chiron in the 11th house. Their uniqueness may have been crushed. Let's say, for example, like everybody on my grandson's football team, they all have locks, and so my grandson was like, he wanted to cut his locks, so he instinctively wanted to be different from everyone else. And he's only 5 or 6 when he decided this, and so a child with this desire to be unique and different from everyone else may have been forced to be uniform, to be like their desires to make themselves unique was not acknowledged. Yeah. And so their uniqueness was crushed in some way, form, or fashion. Yeah. So how can someone with this placement heal themselves? Yeah. And then turn around and help others? Because what do we do as self-healers? We heal ourselves, and we simultaneously hold space for others in their healing. Yeah. So some of the things that someone with this pain body may be able to heal themselves is by implementing their uniqueness on purpose. Yeah. Setting the standard in uniqueness, and setting boundaries with people when they try to crush their dreams or say something about their uniqueness, walking with confidence in that. And of course, we always go back to inner child work and shadow work. Yes. And so doing the things that the inner child wanted to do that had been crushed by someone who did not understand the Aquarian child with Chiron, or the Aquarian or the 11th house placement. Yeah. And so building themselves up and doing what they deem is right. Some of the ways that this placement can heal themselves is by standing in their power when it comes to their beliefs. Like you might see somebody standing on the corner, just one individual with a sign that says, homelessness in America is ridiculous, or we might see them standing on the corner with a sign that says Black Lives Matter, or it might be something like they might protest abortion rights, my body, my choice type of energy. And this doesn't have to apply to them as a person. It could be a man standing out there with a sign saying her body, her choice, because the Aquarian energy or the 11th house energy is always going to stand up for the underdog. Yeah. And they don't need a crowd. But one thing they may do in order to heal themselves, is stand out there and protest on their own. Yeah, because they have to release that energy of needing to be that humanitarian, of needing to assist the underdog, of needing to speak their truth and voice. And so these are some ways that someone with this pain body can stand in their truth, and they won't care about being out there looking crazy, or people saying, "Oh my God, look at that weirdo." They don't care about that. They will stand in their power. And so this is one way you can heal yourself, is to stand in your power. If there's something that you do not believe in, that you do not stand for, that you want to speak up on about, you can do that through social media. You can do that through your YouTube. You can do that, like say something as simple as standing on a corner with a sign. Yeah. But this Aquarian energy is always going to stand up for the underdog, right? And so how you heal that pain body is by being that. By being that, by speaking your truth, by having your voice be heard, you know. And if it's standing on the corner with a sign to have your voice be heard, then so be it. That's how you can heal yourself. How can this placement, once they heal themselves, assist others in their healing? They can do things like arrange protest rallies. They can do things like lobby for the underdog. You know what I mean? So they can work in fields like a social worker, or they can even work in fields as being a politician, but being that rebellious politician that speaks up for the people who aren't heard. Yeah. In arranging their gatherings to protest against something, it can be anything. It can be, they can arrange a bike rally where everybody gets on their bikes and they ride, and they all have T-shirts on that says "Her Body, Her Choice," or they all have T-shirts on that says Black Lives Matter, or domestic violence protest or something like that. So these people will make very good social workers, and going into the lobbying field of social work, because a lot of social workers can be lobbyists as well, and fighting for the rights of the whole, you know, because this is the sign of the humanitarian. So they want to do something for the whole of the people. Yes, they're excellent at that. They're beautiful humanitarians. Yeah, they may even be humanitarians for the earth, you know, clean water, wholesome food, whichever side they want to be on, whether they're pro or against things such as abortion. If they're for women having rights to do her body, her choice, my body, my choice, then they may protest on the behalf of the woman. But if they're against it, they may protest on behalf of the fetus. Yeah. And so these people are powerful in their movements of making things happen. So we're in the age of Aquarius. And so people with Chiron in the 11th house, or Chiron in Aquarius, this is their time. This is their time to move. This is their time to make things happen. Yeah. They may be people who work with a lot of technology, who work with AI. Yeah. And so these are the people that are moving and grooving with AI and technology. Yeah. And so they may do something like assist people with technology. Yeah. So this is an interesting placement. I love Aquarius people. The 11th house is a beautiful house of your dreams and your future goals and things of like that. So this is a beautiful placement to heal and to make a big difference and make change in the world as a whole. Yes, these people will make a change as a whole. This is what I have for you with Chiron in the 11th house, or Chiron in Aquarius. Let's see what Spirit has to say with the Spirit Animal card deck. You know I love my deck of my Spirit Animals. So let's see. So Spirit, I am looking for one card for Chiron in Aquarius, or Chiron in the 11th house. Let's see what we got here. Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. 3, 4, 5. New beginnings. Yes, Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. This is a powerful card. So let's see here. 32. Let's see what Spirit has to say, or what the Oracle book has to say about Hawk Spirit and Aries and Aquarius. I'm sorry. Chiron in Aquarius, or Chiron in the 11th house. Spirit has a plan. Oracle message. In nature, the koala moves slowly through the branches of the eucalyptus tree. Whoops. Do I have... Wrong one. Sorry, guys. That's the koala, not the koala. Yeah, 33, 32. Okay, Hawk Spirit. Let spirit be your guide. Oracle message. Flying high above the landscape, the hawk sees both the big picture and the small details, observes the rain in the pond as well as the cloud, and doesn't miss anything. When hawk spirit arrives, you are called to pay close attention to messages from spirit that can appear anywhere in any form. Listen to your intuition and keep your eyes open for synchronicities, the meaningful coincidences. Hawk spirit asks that you not to dismiss the signs that spirit is sending you to guide you. Lately, have you been hearing the same word or song or coming across the same symbol here and there and in the strangest places? Perhaps you hear a song on the radio with just the right lyrics pertaining to your query. You begin to notice uncanny billboards, license plates, or other places where repetitive numbers or words show up for you to notice. Pay attention to the animals that appear for you and connect with your symbolism, spirit. Connect with their symbolism. Spirit wants to communicate and reaches out again and again. When hawk spirit appears, it's a sign to listen. The protector message is, are you noticing red flags, perhaps saying to yourself, oh, what a pretty flag, and giving them no more thought? Hawk Spirit has arrived to tell you to stop and listen to the messages from Spirit. Take the time to observe the patterns you are seeing and do not miss your intuition. Even if the messages you receive are not supported by evidence in the physical world, if it feels illogical to listen right now, listen anyways. Sometimes you might want certain signs and messages to mean what you want them to mean, interpreting through the lens of wishful thinking or projection of your desires to see things a certain way. Of course, when you do that, you rarely find yourself where you want to be. Take heart. Spirit loves you so much and does not want you to get hurt, but to align with Spirit's plan for your highest good. Listen and follow the signs, and check your motives when you're being selected, when you are being selective with your hearing. Hawk Spirit. Let Spirit be your guide. So if you have Chiron in the 11th house or Chiron in Aries, follow your intuitions. Listen to your spirit, yes? And so if there's something that you feel passionate about, take Hawk Spirit with you and stand up. Stand in your power and speak your truth, not only for yourself, but for humanity. Well, that's all I have for you today here on my channel, Closing the Gap. We make a conscious effort to meet you where you're at on your healing and your spiritual journey. If you like my content, please don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell notification so that you know when I upload. And leave a comment. Let me know how you're feeling about the Chiron in Aquarius or Chiron in the 11th house. Thank you for your support, and we'll see you next time here on Closing the Gap.